chasing shadows, fighting battles. I've been on my own for a while, let them say I'm doing better. I've been broken, but now I'm going. I've been down the road of fire, made it through. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom.
Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, cool. My layout thingies are working. Sweet. Steven, thank you for the follow and the subscribe. That was very, very nice of you. Also, this gives me a chance to figure out how to fix this little goober thingy. Hold, please. Ah. Cool. So that's going to be that. And hi, hello. Happy Friday. Alt to move thing. No. Why? Nope, that don't work. There we go. Shift. Happy Friday as well. It's going. I'm so glad I'm not at work anymore. Are you ready to learn about pixel quilts? Because I've been prepping. Okay, I really need to fix that somehow. But either way, I will deal with that later. Okay, so Now let's see if my other loadout windows are working. If I do this, yeah, cool. Okay. So you should be seeing some form of weird kind of Excel program. If I do a window capture and pull just that instead. Sorry, I'm pulling this out of my butt as I go. Awesome. Okay. Oh dear, I have so many windows open. Let's go with, no, not Photoshop. Where is LibreOffice? Oh, if you're going to try and follow along, I cannot guarantee anything, sir. All right, so we're going to scooch this over some, I think. Okay, good. That's still working. And what if I bring that up? No, you can't see that. Okay. Then I should be able to... that's why it wasn't showing up. Okay. So I think what we're going to do, step 1 of 1, is go through the basics of how to identify AI-generated bullshit. Yay! Because of course that's a thing we have to do now. So yeah, give me 2 seconds. There we go. Oh, you would be amazed. Case in point. We're just gonna minimize you. So let's see if I magnify this up a bit. Sweet, it still works. Awesome. Still trying to figure out my layouts. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So this image, personally, in my opinion, very computer generated. AI, maybe not. But at the same time, the fact that her thumb seems to be going at a really weird angle gives me a little bit of the heebies. Also, if we zoom in a heck of a lot more, those aren't stitches at all. Same with this. And this. This one I found really fun because if you zoom in, not on the picture, but on her hand, she doesn't have fingerprints. Oh, they're very cute, which is why I have no problem stealing them wholesale. So this is the one that we're going to be working on today. Just because I figure AI is stolen enough out of artists, we can steal a bit back. And if they come after me for a cease and desist, I'll just pull it. So, step 1 after identifying what is AI bullshit and what is not is to figure out how big your design is. This one, I counted it out painstakingly, literally square by square. You could either do that, or if you have access to like a photo editing software, you can do that, kind of like Photoshop. I threw that up, put my guides up, and then just like counted my guides. I generally set things up for like a batch of 10 because I like 10-inch square blocks. They're just easier to deal with. And so with that, you just just count them out. And so this one, what happens if I minimize it? Oh, it doesn't freak out, but oh, there we go. Okay, I was waiting for the delay to kick in. We'll go back to LibreOffice. Yeah, cool. Okay, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I've already gone out and laid out kind of a 60 by 60 square, but the pattern itself is 61 wide by 64 tall. So we're going to have like little extra bits hanging off the edge here, which is fine. It just means that we have to do a bit of calculating. Dems the breaks. Not everything works out as a perfectly square or even, but we can figure that out afterwards. This mainly right now is just to get the pattern down and to be able to be like, okay, so everything's fitting. Nothing is where it shouldn't be. And so that's what we're going to do. You can't see it currently, but I've got essentially my grid that I worked up in Photoshop just to the right of my Excel window. And so with something like that, it'll be easier for me to just figure out where points are. If you're looking to figure out how to get a square in the grids, the column width in Excel is 2.1, I believe, if memory serves. I'm using LibreOffice, so that's why it's a little different. But yay, free and not Microsoft. Generally, yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. If we do column width, yeah, because mine depends on like the width, so I had to actually calculate down. It's 0.2 inches. Why, hello, John. Welcome, welcome. You missed my whole spiel about dealing with AI bullshit. Fun times had by all. So right now we're just mocking up, or building rather, the base for how to figure out how to pixel quilt stuff. So if you'd like, give me a second. I can boop, boop. Bring this back up. This is the photo that we're going to be basing our design off of. It's cute and spooky. AI as in artificial intelligence, not Adobe Illustrator. If I was talking about Illustrator, I would just say Illustrator. Oh, meow. Sorry, there's a cat in the room. But yes, as I was telling Stephen earlier, if you zoom in on the picture, you get a very, very, very clear inkling of, that's not a human finger. It doesn't have fingerprints. And it may just be a severe overzealousness of the like smoothing tool, but je doute. Yes, also true. I, ironically enough, spent 5 years getting a photography degree, and we used Illustrator, I think, 4 times in that entire period. So, yeah, I don't know much about Illustrator except how to like make small lines. But either way, there's a cat claw on my backside. So yes, basically we're going to be taking that picture. I threw it into Photoshop and laid down just a grid of guides every 10 squares on the canvas. And then just started counting out. I've got it just a bit to the side of my Excel, not Excel. Huh. Then maybe we should chat and exchange knowledges. But yeah, so I'm just going to get started and throw stuff in. If you have questions, ask. I've honestly, I've gone through many different iterations of my process on how to get the pixel quilts to look decent. As you saw, if you saw my post this morning, that Tinkerbell quilt was rough. I'm happy my sister is okay with jank. But yeah. So essentially, you take an image, you throw a grid onto it. I generally do a 10 by 10 because it's just easier to math. You could do it a 5 by 5 if you wanted to, a 6 by 6 if you were a crazy person. But something that maths well to the overall size. The picture that I'm basing this off of is 61 by 64, 61 wide by 64 tall. I'm going to be throwing borders around it. Jankerbell. Yes, very Jankerbell. Not the best situation. Though speaking of, I finally have Wendy cut out. I will get to her eventually. So yeah, I'm just gonna get going on some of these. I unfortunately can't window capture two windows at the same time, so I can't actually show you what I'm pulling from. Maybe, hold on, let's, doing something to fly here. She's not that bad. The stars, oh boy. Desktop application. Sure, we're gonna, which is my primary? I think this is my primary. Yeah. Whoa. Hold, please. You should. Yay. There we go. Okay. So you can't see me anymore, but we're gonna do the infinite loop, and then I'm gonna throw my face in the corner. Oh, that's why I did this wrong. Yes, I'm on a roof. Your boy's still getting used to this shit. Add a scene. There we go. Display. No. Well, this isn't working like I wanted it to. Chaos stream. It's live. Okay. So if I wanted to do that. Okay. Give me a couple seconds. I'm going to throw shit together. I'm going to do. Which overlay and everything. I'm sorry, this is very jank right now. Overlay SM. Okay. Add a source. Image. Add existing. This one. Yeah. Cool. Then we're going to add a display capture. Create new. Select primary. Okay. We're going to drop that to the bottom. Yeah. And shrink to fit. Cool. And then we're going to throw video source. I'm actually surprised I'm capable of doing this quickly. Ah, where is video source? God dang it. Video capture device, Jesus. Face inpressing. Okay. Ha! I'll go over there and we'll... Fuck you. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Huzzah, it worked. Alrighty. So, now that we have everything going, Jesus Christ. That only took 10 minutes. Welcome to the craziness that I spent 3 months planning. But at least now you get to still see me. And then, like, you can still see that I've pulled over the picture. And if we go over here, you can see me moving it around. So yeah, this is going to essentially be the first 10 by 10 grid. It's nothing crazy. So we're just going to go 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. 2 over 1, 2, 3, 6 down. And we're going to simply paint bucket fill with, let's go with a nice warm yellow. For sure. Actually, what we're going to do and be smart about it is paint bucket fill the entire background in black first so that I don't have to be an idiot. And we're actually going to go with a dark navy instead, just because. So 2 by 6, we said pale yellow. And that's pretty much it. It's not science, but at the same time, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 2 over. It's time intensive because you're literally going through and mimicking every single square. There's a cat. He wants attention. Yes, I know, sir. I'm talking to people and it isn't you. How dare I? We're not going to do that, actually, because if I go out, it's all science. Science! Yes, correct. Don't know how I'm going to do that. So, in the case of like this weird star thing that's essentially done with a backstitch in a cross-stitching pattern, I'm just going to faff around and find out and go, you know what, that looks like a 5 tall by 2 wide. Sure. Orange. I wouldn't think so. He doesn't vocalize as much. I think he's just hungry right now, even though he had supper like 2 hours ago. This looks like crap. When in doubt, don't be afraid to modify patterns. Correct, I do some adapting because some things just won't translate well. Like, I could just make myself a note and be like, yeah, hand stitch stars or whatever. But at the same time, why bother when I can just go, okay, well, it's a square star. So we're going to make a square star and go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oop, no, we're going to have to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of looks like a jumbled mess, but that's the fun, because then we can do this and then change these, 4 over to one of our different colors like that. And then you've got a highlight. And you can also make these ones longer just so that they get a bit more personality to them. It's just different things. Don't be afraid to move stuff around. Traditional would be a heck of a lot easier because you could cheat that star by just being like, hand quilt it. Number 3. So see, now because I've made this star much bigger, I have to take into consideration that it's going at least 3 blocks into this section here. So had this star been up here, it would have ran into it and I would have had to move this one down. But because it's already down here, I don't need to do anything. So I just go, haha, I win. Boop, boop, fill, and carry on my way. But we also have, in line with this bottom edge, our first tree bits. Ah, god dang it. Always do that. Note to self and to others. Holding control and then hitting the arrow keys makes you fly across the screen in the Excel spreadsheet. We want a nice... No, we don't want a teal. I like this program a lot more. The pixels that I make, so each square, I generally base as a 1 inch. So my blocks are going to be 10 inches square. Now, that being said, in following steps, because this is a multi-step operation, I'll most likely separate this into a 3x10 piece and a 4x10 piece. So that way I don't have like 40 individual 1 inch squares to cut out, because that's crazy and I don't understand the people that do that. But yes, my pixels, my single block pixels are an inch square. Some people will do 2, some people will do 3. It depends on the size that you want it. I'm working from a 61 by 64 count, I guess, cross stitch pattern. And so doubling that up would make this 122 by 128 inches, which is not something I need. As much as I love Halloween and Christmas, I don't think the hubby would be too interested in sleeping under a quilt that big. Okay, so we have reached the first scroll down. There we go. And so we are going to start here. And it's very much just following along the picture and kind of like mimicking the layout. Oh, that's the bat. Okay. I was wondering what that was. Oh, I have the hiccups. No. We do 2 and 1. And this will be a true black. Yeah, cool. And this is why, children, we don't do black on black, because then you wouldn't be able to see anything. Oh, good. It looks like they're only using one color of green. Sweet. This, that. No. Oh, poop. What color were you? The issue with having... Aha! There we go. When in doubt, use the computer's memory. When I first started making my pixel quilts, I was also doing it all by hand. So I would take like the basic image draw out a rulered grid by hand, count everything out by hand. Yeah. And then I stopped and went, wait, computers do thinking for us. This is when computers are helpful. Orange. There. This one. Light purple. I haven't used you before. Go away. Okay. So yeah, as you can see right now, if we scroll up, we've got our, well, you're not going to see them all because they're not completely in, but we've got these 4 blocks pretty much done. And right now it kind of looks jank, and that's fine. We're okay with working with jank. It's a process. And then we just carry on. That's the same color as that. This is orange. I mean, to make things easier, you could use multiple colors if you wanted. You could like throw things to the wind. I'm sorry, I'm like concentrating on my brain is not having it. Yeah, that's 2. Okay. 1 over 2. And sometimes I gotta move stuff and be like, what are you? Okay, there's a hole there. Cool. Go away. That, this. And this is the handy part of mimicking your grid. Because right now I was completely lost as to where I was going. And then I went, wait, my orange is 1-1 away from it. So 1-1. There we go. Problem solved. Ah, kitty. Hello. What would you like, sir? Attention is the most likely thing. And like I may go in and add a bit more depth if I find this like too flat. Because they do seem to have like different color tonalities, but at the same time, I generally use a very flat layout when I start and then let my colors, my fabric choices play instead. Just because I like vibrant colors and patterns. There we go. So, who's to say? 1, 2, skip 1, 2. Have I confused anyone yet? Because I feel like I'm going pretty quick. Yellow. Yeah. That's what we like to hear. Looks like that. Good, good. We're being very vocal today. This is abnormal. It's like he heard that we are planning on maybe going to the SPCA and getting a pupper tomorrow. Maybe. Who knows? This tree looks oblong. Why are you oblong? Hey. Another case for it potentially being AI. There should be a green square there. That's, and then these keep going out, but that locks out. Wait a second. Three. That, three. 1, 2. 1, 2. And this is why you shouldn't fly by the seat of your pants while you're doing this. What was I doing? I don't know. That's that first row. That's the second row that I commented needed an extra one there. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Am I going insane? It's a very big possibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ugh. My grid was off. 10. There we go. That makes much more sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I was working up. No, was I working up? Down? Who knows anymore? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll get there. We'll get there. And again, can you imagine me doing all of this by hand and missing my mark? Oh, 63 then. So much easier with a computer. So much easier. It's just like, I know I was being silly before when I was doing it by hand and thought, oh, it's the only way I can do it. And I'm sitting there going, wait, I'm literally sitting at a computer all day long, bored out of my cranium. I can just take this Excel spreadsheet and figure out sizing and reproduce. And then I got a butterfly quilt that's 120 inches square. But it's done. I have it. It's done. I just need to quilt it. And for that, I need to drive to Toronto. Because your boy's frame ain't big enough. Sir, would you like to be on camera? Come here. Ugh. Come here, be on camera. Oh, now you're quiet. Okay. Cat cam. Probably in Excel. Painting in Illustrator is a nightmare. I do remember that. This is Thor, Lord of Thunder. He's scared of his own shadow. And very vocal today, apparently. Yes, you are. Yeah. Okay, go. hooking myself on my cable. Where was I? Yes, that's where I was. 1, 2. That one. So we needed another one here. And that one locks out because... Yes. Cool. Then we mimic this one. Go 2. Yes. And then these 2 go orange. Huzzah. So yeah, it's this is kind of the boring step. And then ironically enough, you get to do it all over again. Hello, hello. I don't know who the debt-free quilter is, but welcome to the show. I'm floundering around in Excel or LibreOffice docs, and we're recreating a pixel quilt from potentially AI-generated cross-stitch pattern. So I have little to no qualms about stealing it. How are you this fine Friday evening? Or not, depending on where you are in the world. I don't know. Hello, Heather. I don't think we've met. Or have we? I don't know. I'm horrible with names, and your icon is very tiny. What type of quilting do you do? Is it mostly traditional, more modern stuff? Are you a solids lover? Four minions. I'm assuming little persons. And if that's the case, oh, so brave of you. And welcome. I'm going to try and do this every week, but knock on wood, it may end up being every second week. Yes, there is. Hold on. This is going to screw things up. Hold, please. Nope, there we go. Ha! Ta-da! Oh, ew. What are you? God dang it. Multi-chat thingy being stupid again. Okay, this isn't. All right, so I'm going to have to get a new overlay thing because this is just not working. And now I can't move it. Either way, let's just... There we go. Let's say that's that. And we're going to go back here. And before this freaks out... Summer Sparkles Quilt Kit. I don't know what that is, and now I need to Google it. Summer Sparkles. Oops. No, go away. There are so many things on my phone. Sparkles Quilt Kit. Ooh. If it's the quilt I think it is, that's very pretty. Also good on you. Those are lovely. Looks kind of stained glassy. looking at your phone. Start doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing. He says to himself. More of a fireworks show. I might not have been looking at the right pattern then. Oh yes, this definitely has multiple tones in it. Oh well, not my problem right now. You go here. It's 4. No. 4. Jeez, brain. Oh, it shows it's Friday, people. My brain is like, counting? What do you mean counting? Why would I want to do that? 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straight up, whoop, across. That's also straight across. I'm sorry, Heather, you'll learn quite quickly. I talk to myself in a mumble. I'm trying to fix that. Oh, good. He's gone upstairs to harass Justin. Have you ever tried making your own quilts? Do you design your own stuff? Do you mostly do professional stuff like John's? I'm a big John fan. He does good shit. I know you do. No, Cats in Space was Elizabeth Hartman, I think, right? I don't... Ugh. Elizabeth Hartman and John's stuff has a very big overlap. Oh, there are so many people. Hello, I'm hoping your name is Michelle. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some pixel stuff. Yes, okay, Cats in Space was indeed Elizabeth Hartman. Sorry. Ooh, Insider Space. Yes. Thank you, Stephen. Yes, but you can't say, John, that you wouldn't try to do something like that. I mean, if you wanted to share it, I'm not going to say no. May thinks she stole your idea. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, there are so many friends today. Yay. John, these feel like similar people that when you have in your lives. Okay, where was I going? I'm glad everyone knows everybody. And then there's Stephen all alone on Twitch. I'm so sorry, Stephen. I wish there were more people on Twitch. Yay. We won't say no to cross-pollinating. So welcome to everyone who's just showing up. here, how about we'll do some introductions. My name is Jesse. I am a long arm quilter based in the Montreal area of Quebec. I have a couple patterns under my belt, though I won't call myself a pattern designer just yet. This is true. We do run in the same circles. But yeah, so today I had Stephen, who was interested in learning about how I, made a quilt pattern out of pixels. And so that's what we're doing today. We're going to jump to this. There we go. So that way I can do this first. And then ooh. I've quilted some of John's stuff. His stuff is amazing. But yes, if you want, I don't know how that would work, but open to integrating. Again, don't know how that would work, but sure. Have your minions call my minions. If you have minions. I don't have minions. What was I doing? Oh, geez. This is why I call this chaos stream, because I get very easily distracted about things. What was I doing? Yes, I was showing people this view, and then I wanted to change that to the picture. Oop, we're going to zoom that back out. It works with Zoom. Aha, cool. Yes, that was such a fun favorite of mine, and I think it burnt out my creativity because the Alice in Wonderland is still like paused in the water. I got like 4 blocks done and my brain was just like, no more. And I wasn't even doing anything crazy with that one. I was just picking random fabrics. Yes, I wanted window capture to change the window to this. So this is the AI generated bullshit that we're ripping off today. I know it's AI generated because A, the fingertips don't have fingerprints, and those aren't actually stitches. I don't think I've seen the Dark Poo one, John. You need to link me to their page because I'm interested. That's quite nice. But yes, to all those who are new to me, Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie because reasons. So yes, that's pretty much what we're working on. There's gonna be an infinite tunnel for a couple seconds. And then we'll back to here. It is still cute though. But again, this is why I predicated everything of how to spot AI. Look at the surroundings of the image, not just the image itself. Because if we blow this up a bit, you can quite clearly see that those aren't stitches at all. I don't even think that's canvas. So we'll go and we'll take it and we will make it better because we'll make it human. Secret sneak peek. I love getting insider information. It's so fun. It feels like I'm popular. Okay. Yes, let's get back to this so I can actually have a semi-finished product when we're done here. Boop, oops, nope. This, doot, doot. He is, isn't he? He just takes like such joy out of taunting people. It's fine. I've gotten used to it. Most of our Instagram chats are him being like, haha, I have knowledge that you don't. And I'm like, oh, sad. Go here. These 2, 4. Oop, nope. This, that. Yes. Okay. Oh, also, again, to the people who just showed up from Heather's stream, I mumble a lot to myself. I am trying to fix that. That doesn't seem right. Oh, I think it's because we moved everything down. That's why. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take all this. We're going to copy. And we're going to move it up. Oh, God, no. Move it up 1. Does that make more sense? That does make more sense. There we go. No, that doesn't make sense. Oh, this shouldn't be here. This should be here. That makes much more sense now. Yep, there we go. It looks like a tree again. Ooh, yeah, pick me up some Skittles. Please and thank you. My cat. Well, if you're going to be in the room, you're going to be on the stream. I'm sorry. The price of being cute. You mean ketchup chips? Yes, thumbs up for the kitty. He doesn't have thumbs, but he has claws. His name is Thor. He is the Lord of Thunder, and he is scared of his own shadow. Plain Doritos. You mean just like the regular nacho? Okay, this seems to be working. Yes. That. Yes, he's finally like smoothed down. When we adopted him, holy crap, it's only been a year. We brought him to the vet, and the vet was like, he seems to have odd blood levels. We need to do some tests. So they did tests, and they called us back, and we're like, diabetes. We're like, fun. So that was a thing. Used to come in a yellow bag. Oh, yeah. They were weird. But yes, I have heard of those. Two. He's very upset that we're on 2 different floors right now, and we're not giving him attention. Okay, this isn't going to work anymore. My line's got all wonky. No borders. So then we're going to do... outside border. Outside border. And outside border. There we go. Now everything works again. Huzzah. Hello. It's crazy time, apparently. Skip one. Those are orange. Yellow. Oh, I was a silly goose. Enjoy family time, Donnell. It was nice meeting you. Have a good evening. Kind of looks like an apple right now for some reason. I don't know why my brain went there, but it went there. And we want this pumpkin orange. Oh, that's you. You're not right. There we go. Also, fun little tidbit of advice when you're making pixel quilts like this. The control key is your friend for additions, but not the control and arrow keys. That's how you do this. You are background color. Okay. That's done over with. Hoomst. Getting a text. Oh, my sister. I should tell her to join on Twitch. Okay. One of her kids is in Thailand, I think, and sending pictures. So I'm suddenly going, oh, I never got to go to Thailand. Dang it. 3 in. 1, 2, 3. Boop. So yes, it's pretty much just this. As I was saying to John and Stephen, it does look a little flat right now compared to the pattern, mainly because I think they did a bit of shading. Maybe I don't know. It still looks fake. But yeah, I generally use the patterns, especially the Excel layout that I'm building, as just like a regular flat mock. And then I will actually go into EQ8 and then refine it. And then I'll pick like different fabrics and stuff to give it a bit more dimension. This is very much just like a first pass over to get everything into like a 10-inch grid. What is EQ8? EQ8 is a quilting program. It's slightly expensive. Do not buy it if you don't design patterns on the regular. It's kind of pricey. And there are a lot of free web design things that you can use instead. I bought it mainly because it was a heck of a lot easier to do a lot of my patterning stuff. You know what? Where is this popping up? That's popping up there. Cool. So I don't have to dox myself. Yay. Patterns, quilting, EQ8. Why not? We'll show you this one. So this is loading up one of the biggest that I've made. It is 110 inches square. And every individual block was painstakingly designed after going through and painstakingly recreating it in Excel. So technically, you could just make it in Excel and then stop there. You don't need to go as far as that. I went into EQ8 and I like it because you get the yardage calculator and it's very handy. Yes, I tested it myself because I wasn't putting someone through that to test it for me. And I need to go through and recount my counts because they were very off for some of the blocks. So available for purchase? Not yet. It'll get there. I will mention when it's available, but it's not available yet. And thank you. It took me like 3 weeks to make from start to finish. The pattern, not the quilt. The quilt took me like 2 months because I was lazy and cut all the fabric out and then just let it sit in a pile for ages. But it's okay. Now it's pieced. I just need to get it quilted. Nothing says get her done like signing up for a quilt show. Three. And then we do 3x3 in brown. Dark brick, dark orange, dark gold. Dark brick, why not? Oh, John's going to be upset he missed the pattern. Oh well. Remind me to show him again when he gets back. So we've got one empty space, and then that runs equidistant to there. I'm going to make this fuchsia just because. I like crazy colors. This one goes all the way over. Yes, okay. But yes, so find cross-stitch pattern is step number 1. Assess if it is AI or not. If it is not, contact the original pattern designer and see if you can use it. Sometimes they're okay with you just doing it. Start my pattern. Process that paper. I used to do that. I used to mock most of my stuff out on grid paper. And then I ended up translating to computer anyway. And it's felt like it took 4 times longer for me for some reason, but that's mainly because the artist in my brain was like, no, must color all the pretty blocks. So yeah, that's probably why it took so long. But yeah, paper is also a valid way to do it, especially if you're just plotting stuff out. Purple. Go to the end. Fuchsia. And now, as you can see, we kind of ran off the edge, and that's because if we look over here, there's like a little teeny tiny section. I have yet to isolate whether I want to add in 7 more blocks of blank space on the bottom. I probably will. But right now, we're just laying out the color. I don't really care what's going on outside of this, because this at least tells me it's outside of my 60 by 60 inch grid. Also, each individual square is an inch. But when I run this through and redo all of the blocks themselves in EQ8, that's another reason why I do that extra step in EQ8, is to essentially the dot paper anyway. See, I would get confused and my brain would just see all the lines and not know what's what anymore. So I literally needed to color it in. So that's kind of why I jumped to Excel. But yes, so every single block is an inch square. So a block is 10 inches square. But when I design it in EQ8, when I refine it, this is going to be one piece. So I don't have like 40 individual 1-inch blocks to cut out and then piece back together, because that's crazy and no one has time for that. And if you do, all the power to you. You are braver than I. It's amazing how individual our brains are and just going, no, but what? No. Do not want. Brown. And you go one further. You go 2 further. Also even. Yeah. We have a pot, people. And now back to the tree. 4, 3. Oh, another handy tip to figure out if stuff is AI or not. Look for overlap on blocks. I just saw this now and kind of wanted to share. But these blocks here should technically end a pixel up, but they don't, because AI likes to bleed shit into each other. Why do they got to steal our art? They could like do the spreadsheets. That's be so much better. But no, they got to steal the art. Sorry, it's a very touchy subject for me. I do not like it. Yeah, but that's not art. Art is the process. That's the major issue that the tech bros don't understand. They see product, they don't see process. Oh boy, you missed so much. I went on a rant and I showed off EQ8, and you get to see it now because friend. I don't know. For me, I was reading because I'm a member of Quilt, the Canadian Quilters Association, so I get the Canadian Quilters magazine, and one of them was talking about like AI and pattern designs, and one of the I read through it and I was like, because the person was just like, oh yeah, I use it to iterate and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, but then you use it to produce your final product and it looks like shit. Sorry, rant over. Let's get back to quilting. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So what types of snacks did you get, John? Hungry people want to know. Hungry people being me. Three, two, 1 over 1. Technically both, but giant asterisks. So the program itself is a one-time payment, and now they have some sort of subscription thing that I guess you could like get some of the add-ons that they have, but I just figure if you want to buy the add-ons, just buy the dang add-ons. You're not supposed to be there. And you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be bone white. So yeah, like the program itself, you buy it once and then it's exactly, yeah. So the membership is a subscription. And so depending on what add-ons you want and stuff like that. But the base program is very useful. I generally keep an eye out for when the Illustrator is expensive, yes, which is why I'm running a version of Adobe CS3, which I got back when I was, holy crap, graduating high school. And I have kept that CD like it is. Crazy. Yeah, that's another reason why Adobe costs a lot of money. Oh, sweetheart. No. Try 11 years ago? No. 20. Jesus. I graduated high school in 2005. So I might look like a cute little baby face, but I'm older than I appear. I am the eldritch being. See? Oh, please. That's like 3 years. That's because I act like a literal child 99% of the time. The chaos gremlin that is my entire being is just personification of baby. But no, I'm 39. Stephen, also your age is very waylaid because you have the Asian genes. Next year, because my birthday already passed. Sorry, concentrating, went silent. This is actually going a lot faster than I thought it would. Who knew that chatting could be so productive? Okay, so you're going there. John, you're a year older than me. Like, same back at you. This, yes, okay. Sorry, counting. No, but quite literally, like, most of the people at work are just like, oh yeah, you're like what, 25? I'm like, 39. They all look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, this is why I don't shave, because if I did, oh boy, I would look like a preteen, and no one wants that. Honestly, I would rather be a swamp witch. Given today's society, give me a bog and a moving house any day. Black. I forgot the ghosty. 1, 2, 3. Here. 1, 2. Nope. Yes. She had to leave. Family time was calling. She said goodbye, though. Yes. Good. Excellent. Pumpkin. This is for orange. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Okay. These changed color halfway through. Decision making. Ooh, we're finally getting the ghosty. 1, 2, was going to hit the arrow keys again and send us flying. 3. Yes. Then 1 over. This is coming together nicely. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I probably would have been doing this anyway, so. Bonus. 2 over 2 down. Undo, undo. There we go. Nope, not too sure about that one. Okay. Here. Yes, 3, 3, 2. There we go. Nope, not that one. Hand. And I guess hand shadow, maybe. Not sure I like the color. There we go. A little bit of contrast. Boop. Boop. So yes, before you lovely people joined, I was talking to Stephen and John about small modifications like this backstitch star in the quote-unquote cross-stitch pattern. There was another one over here at the beginning of our first row, which you can see here, that I heavily modified because it's just easier to do it that way. I mean, other than that, you could always just leave yourself a note to be like, hand stitch, big star, or use a star panto when you're quilting it. I had to go the easy route and just make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop, 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 boop. You know what? We're going to go opposite this time. Yeah. Definitely easier to just modify it. Such a happy face. Ah, cuteness aggression. It's a thing. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. Nope. 1, 2, 3. There we go. They don't have to be perfect, but if I'm doing it, I may as well do it. Ooh. Yes, that's a 2. Okay. 4, 6. Thank you. Yes. Most people, when I say that, look at me like I'm a crazy person. And while, yes, given. Also, no, cuteness aggression. It's a thing. Thank you. Not crazy. Than normal. 2, 3. Click across. Boop. Alrighty. And this is where my horrible eyesight gets me all the time. Pale lines on pale color. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Cool. 2, 2, 3. Skip over 2. 2, 3. Excellent. They will have a face. We're doing 2. Why, hello. So many people are coming from that link. I really need to be like, thank you. Sorry about that. I changed the settings on my mic and all of a sudden I can cough from 6 rooms away. Oh. It sounds like you've been in other people's chats and doing silly things. I concur. Okay. I'm gonna skip over that one, I think. But please explain if you feel free. Because sometimes the more than likely undiagnosed ADHD and autism is like straight over my head. I like that so many of you just have your name in your screen names. It's so much easier than like some of the things I've seen watching other people's streams. You're just like, oh, you really don't care about that streamer, do you? A couple years ago, and a 0 filter. Oh, if that's it, please. Who needs a filter? Correct. You are in the right place. We call this the chaos stream for a reason. My brain will go on tangents at the drop of a hat. Mr. Thor is back. Hello, sir. You're being very vocal. I'm on stream. As he's looking at me like, I don't care. You're not paying attention to me. I mean, let's face it. No one needs a paper straw. Those things are useless. Trust me. Stick around long enough, I will say something. And you're fine. You're in good company. Also, I've been in conversations with John long enough. He's not one to talk or point fingers. Oh, there's a weird shadow. Uh-huh. I can see the horns from here, sir. Why, thank you. So, so if you're new for joining, we're essentially taking what I can only assume is horrible AI drivel, because God, look at those fingers, and making it into something nice and useful. And I figure AI steals enough from artists. Artists can steal from AI. So that's what I'm doing. And we're making it into a nice little pixel quilt. This, just to be safe. That's going to be this. Who doesn't like being a little mischievous every once in a while? I mean, come on. It's not like it's that bad. Light gold, light gold. Just the hint of a shadow. Have we made pixel quilts before? Would you like to see the one that I just finished piecing and have to recount all of my individual pieces because there's no way I'm releasing it with all those counts wrong? It's pretty. Also, I don't intend on anyone actually buying this pattern and piecing it because it's huge. I think it's time for a new seat cushion then. Because if it's actively trying to push you out of a chair, that doesn't seem like it's doing its job. Why, thank you. Oh, that's right. You weren't here when I popped it up the first time. You were getting snacks. But yes, it's finally pieced. I just need to quilt it. But for that, I need to drive to Toronto because my frame isn't big enough. Sad face. The minion seat cushion, or just the fact that it's actively trying to shove you out of a chair? I feel like I've just joined a conversation and the whole minion thing is an inside group thing. But it's okay. I'll get it eventually. Maybe. Okay, I do have to know, are these actual people or are we just naming the minions like the minions from the Minion movie? Because your boy is very confused right now. Okay, this is what I was assuming, but I didn't want to assume verbally, so thank you for clarifying. Two, three, four, five, double six. Cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, double six, double seven, double eight. This is not that color. Oh, you have so much restraint. Every day, my goodness, that's I hope it was at least just once a day. There's more than one movie, like more than one Minion movie specifically. I know there's more than one. Oh my God, what is the Despicable Me movie? But I saw, I guess, the original Minion movie. I did not know there were more than one. F this noise. Yep, I don't have time for semantics. One. You should watch it, John. It's halfway decent. And after a while, your brain just like smooths over. So the banana screaming just... Wow, they really want to beat that dead horse. Holy cow. Okay. I stopped watching after the second Despicable Me movie. Yes, you do. He says like he knows Matt. You are just a solid block. I do so like it when they're simple like that. Do, 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 do. Okay, I've got one. No, two clean. Yes, okay. This color. Well, I know about the fabrics. I do believe you sent me some with one of your quilts to back. No, those were eyeballs. Never mind. I retract the previous statement. But I do believe you showed them in one of the one of your tours. Yes, the Tula wide back. I'm a boutique bitch myself, but it's so hard to find good quality stuff that doesn't cost you $600 friggin' a yard. So I generally just suffer. I'm sure Camelot has some sort of licensed fabric somewhere. There we go. 1, 2. There we go. Yes, eyeball. Cool. How's that? Did you know that we actually eat them upside down? Technically, the stem, like the little stem tip part, is the bottom. If you look at monkeys who eat them, they peel them from the other end. Who knew? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I saw that one time. I was like, wait, what? How? And it, like, I cannot unsee it now. Stephen, you've gone silent. You still with us? Exactly. Like once you do it, you'll go to open it and just be like, oh no. Yay. Okay. I'll let you lurk. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 singles, 2 doubles, and a triple. 3, yeah. Do. 9 times out of 10, if I'm doing stars, I'll just like YOLO them in the positioning. Oop, you're supposed to be orange. Oop, ran out of orange. You were this one. More you. Boop. Yeah, there we go. That's that. This has one there. Wow, I'm actually surprised. We're actually going to get this done before the end of stream. Sweet. Two fours. 7. Right, need to talk verbally. Vocalize. 2, 1. Boom. Yay. Correct. Exactly. Time flies when you're having fun and making fun hollow Wistmist quilts. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's like a little extra blah, 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 but we don't need to look at that anymore. So yeah, that's technically step 2-ish, maybe. Step 1 is finding a picture and assessing whether or not it's AI. We're going to save this so I don't have to redo all of it, because that would be a bitch. A school of Zoom. Ooh, that sounds not fun. But also, it's going to be saved on YouTube, so you can rewatch it later. It's okay. I will keep you all posted on Instagram. Instagram seems to be the safest place for me to post, because God knows I'm horrible at Blue Sky. Whether this is going to be a weekly thing or a twice weekly, so like twice a month, every other week, we'll see how your boy's feeling. But yes, I will post and be like, hey, we're doing it this week, or no, next week. And then if anything, we can continue on with part 3, which is me fiddling around in EQ8 to do this whole business. So yes, thank you all so much for joining me. If we want to chat, we've still technically got 6 minutes. Does anyone have questions or comments? Or there was a cat. Ah, I found the cat. Come here. Come here. Come to your adoring fans. Ugh. We're very entranced by the light. Be gone. He's so fluffy. In the case of Despicable Me, he's so fluffy I want to die. Alrighty. Well, I guess if no one has questions or whatever, yeah. Keep you posted. How old is he? He is 6. Because we adopted him when he was 5. Last year. Or so the shelter said. So around 6. I hope you also have a good weekend, John. And to everyone else who is watching, thank you all for joining. Heather, thank you for linking. It was very appreciated and very, very sudden. Have a good night, Stephen. Thank you for joining and lurking. It was very appreciated. and for subscribing. That was amazing, and you seriously didn't need to do that. So yes, thank you all for joining. Keep an eye out on the Instagram, and I will keep you updated on whether this is going to be a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing. And we will carry on with plugging away at the little spooky ghost Christmas. But yeah, that's it for now. So have a good evening. Happy weekend.